All right, the choice article that I'm going to read for you this month or for week 3 is going to be Rise of the Robots. Again, you're welcome to pick whatever article you want for your choice article, but this is the one that I'm going to read. Um, so this one is called Rise of the Robots, and it is on page 4, starting on page 4. So your subtitle says, Machines are starting to look and act more like humans. Is that a good thing? By Todd Olson. I'll cover the vocabulary real quick before we get into the article. For your vocabulary, we've got impact is a powerful effect, contributes, supply something, efficiently, doing something well without wasting materials, time, or energy, developing, creating something over a period of time, and engineers, people who design and build complicated products, machines, and structures. Over here in the caption, it says robot or human. An expert works on Fred, a very lifelike robot. Some scientists think people are, are more likely to trust robots that look like humans. Robots aren't often seen outside the movies, yet they have a huge impact on your life. They build the buses you ride to school in. They pack the clothes that you order online. They might even milk the cow that contributes to your breakfast in the morning. Now, scientists are working on a new generation of robots. These robots won't just work in factories or warehouses. They'll serve you drinks or greet you at a store. They may even teach classes in a school or examine you when you're sick. And they will look, move, and even think like you. Well, sort of. So pause and think. How do robots affect your everyday life? Factory workers. Most robots working today aren't the walking, talking robots you see in science fiction movies. They're simply machines that perform tasks without human help. Usually they are controlled by a computer. Most of them are used to efficiently carry out simple jobs. They repeat the same task over and over, and they work behind the scenes. The first robot ever to work in a factory is a good example. There was a 27,000-pound metal arm called Unimate. This giant arm helped build cars at General Motors in the 1960s. It picked up hot metal parts and joined them together. Since then, robots have taken over millions of jobs from humans. Farming robots pull up weeds around lettuce plants. A robotic arm called Flippy cooks fast food burgers. And a truck like SAM 100 helps build walls by laying almost 400 bricks an hour. Pause and think. What are robots? How are they most often used? Walking, talking robots. Robots like Flippy and Unimate have useful skills, but the next generation of robots will make them look simple. In labs around the world, scientists are developing robots with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is the ability to learn and think like humans do. Some machines can recognize our speech and talk back. Other robots can see by using lasers and cameras. Robots that can see or hear are already doing more complicated tasks. They deliver medicine in hospitals. They measure how well farmers' crops are growing. And if you shop at a Schnucks grocery store in St. Louis, Missouri, watch out for Tally. This 6-foot tall robot roams the aisles and counts items on the shelves. Pause and think. What is artificial intelligence? Robot or human? Machines aren't just acting more like us, they're also looking more and more human. That's because some scientists believe people are more likely to trust robots that look like them. One British company is making human-like robots that almost look real. Engineers use tiny motors to control smiles and winks. They make plastic skin with wrinkles and hair. Human-like robots aren't exactly walking the streets yet, but you'll probably see many of them in your lifetime. They already help visitors check in at hotels in Japan. In the future, they may even help care for sick people. Pause and think. Why are some scientists making human-like robots? Big questions. To many people, the rise of robots is scary. If we're sick, can we really get comfort from a machine? Will robots start to replace human contact in our lives? And the biggest question, will robots put humans out of work? Millions of factory jobs have already been lost to machines. But some experts believe you probably won't lose your job to a robot. They say you'll just be working alongside one. The question is, will you know for sure? Pause and think. Why might you not know if you're working next to a robot? And up at the top, we have the section called Robots in Real Life. Here are 3 ways you might come in contact with robots one day soon. In a grocery store, Tally is a 6-foot-tall robot. It counts the items on shelves at Schnucks Markets in St. Louis, Missouri. Number 2, at a restaurant, a robot named Flippy flips burgers at Cali Burger, a fast food restaurant in California. And then number 3, on a sidewalk. If you live in Dallas, Texas, look out. A company called Marble is testing out food delivery robots. And a little side note, I don't know if you've noticed or seen on the news, they are piloting some of these delivery robots to deliver groceries to people during this pandemic. All right, looking down at the questions, we've got our 5 who, what, when, why, where questions going on for this article. Number 1 is when. When did robots start working in factories? You're going to see that up over here. It's a little bit out of my sight here, but right over here at the top of page 6. Number 2, what are 3 jobs that robots already do? Talks about some jobs that robots already do up here in your real life robots. For the how, number 3, how do engineers make robots look like humans? I'm going to see that over here in this robot and human section on page 6. 4, where do human robots help visitors check into hotels? We're also going to see that up here in robot or human on page 6. And then number 5, why are some people worried about robots? And for that one, you can put your own information in there, or you can also refer over here to this big question section. And as always, if you have any questions, please let me know.